Okay, everybody, doing a car unboxing. This is going to be just one. It's going to be a quick one while I'm waiting at the intersection of hell. Let's do an unboxing here. I am really slowing down on hats lately. Two reasons. One, getting poor, and I can't properly balance it, but also realizing I saw two high school friends that went on a weekend trip to Dallas, and I mean, a lot of people go on trips, but especially what stuck out to me about it was when they were, because one of them I've known longer, and she's like a history teacher, and they're standing in front of the George W. Bush Presidential Museum, and it just kind of occurred to me and this was after I had bought this hat, or around the time, to realize spending on the materialism is different than spending on the experiences. Because growing up, we didn't have like a dog, we didn't have the like a Nintendo DS, we didn't have like a PlayStation, we didn't have anything like that necessarily. Instead, on summer vacations, my parents took us on experiences. It wasn't like, oh, we're going to go see, just an amusement park. We're going to go to the beach. We're going to Disney World. That's kind of boring, to be honest. Now, it was somehow I think my parents have a love of travel, but it was also a combination of me getting into history myself, and as we would joke, chasing dead presidents to go visit all their graves who had graves, and to those who had a boy at home, who had a museum or some sort of home, some sort of like landmark to go to. And we got to have those experiences more than the materialism, which I appreciate that, but this hat kind of collecting thing is turning me opposite, where I'm not as, granted, working a basically $15 minimum wage, at least in Illinois, job, even full-time with benefits. I'm not gonna get many chances financially to travel, but still, if I could just not buy as many hats and save, that would be great. And if this fucking scion could realize that their place is never on the road, even when they're around, their place is not on the road, that'd be great, because I'm running late to work. So the hat here is one that I was anticipating to be put onto eBay because it was a giveaway hat. It is the Chicago Red Stars, the National Women's Soccer League team, and nice dad hat here. Oh jeez, there's a freaking pin mark on the bottom. Whatever. But I mean, it's a white hat, so of course it's gonna get a lot of dirt to it. But this is a really cool logo. Really cool. And of course it's going to fit because it's adjustable, but I have to readjust it. It's not like a traditional dad hat where it's got a unstructured crown. The crown is structured. It's got a strap back, and it feels like cotton. I have to double check the material. And what's nice of this being like a giveaway hat is that the logo of the sponsor is on the back. It's not as intrusively like on the front or on the side where you can like see it. It's on the back, kind of where it belongs. So I hate Saturday traffic. I know this happens every week. I really miss COVID when like no one was on the road. When it was lockdown, I was considered an essential worker, which I wasn't. Quasi-essential. It was nice because no one else was on the roads. But now, there's too many goddamn people on the road. Yeah, with National Women's Soccer League hats, I've always wanted to do like a video on women's sports hats. It's kind of the summary of the video is basically how it's difficult to get hats. Now, of course, no other 99% of hat collectors out there would never get a women's sports team's hat for one of two reasons. Because one, that they don't watch it because of how they think women's sports isn't good. And, oh, okay, he did use his blinker at the last second, though. But primarily for the reason that it's not a fitted hat, because they have blinders on. They're so close-minded that they don't get anything else. But it's difficult to get women's sports teams hats because of really designs that sometimes they're either too bland or they are kind of like women's hats designs, which doesn't work for me, or just the availability to be able to find them is difficult. Either, especially with National Women's Soccer League, like there's a team store, and then there are the individual teams stores, which makes it just as confusing. So let's see if I can park in my regular spot. Yep. Alright, so material is nowhere to be found. Maybe it, no. Fascinating. It does feel comfortable. I have to get that pen mark out. I didn't see that on the listing page, but I mean, it's not really all that obvious, to be honest, but it's fine. So I think it's a cool logo. Kind of like a more like a simplified logo, kind of like the oversimplification. It's supposed to be a C, but I feel like it's a baseball diamond. So of course, like using like the red star itself, is pretty easy for a lot of Chicago teams. So, yeah, I'm gonna end the video like that. Bye, everyone.